Previously, we introduced the idea of roles, which are like a pair of glasses we put on that allow us to sense what the organization needs to pursue a particular chunk of its purpose. In this video, we'll talk about a foundational behavior you need to do to lead the roles you fill. I want to stress that our style of self-organizing can only work if we all do this behavior consistently. The behavior I'm talking about is called sensing and processing tensions. So, what's a tension? When most people hear the word tension, they think bad. We're using the word tension a bit differently. Here, tension simply means the gap between how things currently are and your vision of how they ideally could be. A tension can take many forms. It's usually a felt sense that something could be different somehow. It might be that you feel concerned about something and you want to solve a problem. It might be that you see an opportunity and you're excited about it and you want to see action taken on it. It might be that you're a bit confused about something and you need more information. Hopefully you can see here that tensions aren't necessarily bad. Tensions are things we sense as unique human beings. Bringing our human ability to sense tensions is key for the organization to jump on opportunities, solve problems, manage risks, make decisions, and so on. Tensions might be related to a role you hold, or simply something you sense as a person outside of any roles you hold. Sensing tensions is also something you already do. You wouldn't do anything in your life if you weren't sensing tensions. You wouldn't eat unless you sensed a tension that you were hungry. If you were invited to a party, you might not say yes unless you sensed a tension that said, hey, that sounds like it could be fun. You probably wouldn't have joined this organization if you didn't at some point sense a tension around how animals are treated in society. I'll give you a more practical sense of what tensions are. So at the time of making this video, I'm sensing into my body and my mind, and I'm noticing a couple of tensions coming up for me. So I've got a pen and paper here. So I'm noticing that in my role as handbook steward, I'm a bit concerned that our organization's handbook isn't going to be done on time. So I'm going to write that down. Handbook not on track. In my governance role, another role I fill, I've been advised by someone I trust to purchase a training course for our organization. It's kind of exciting, but also I'm not sure if it's worth paying for. So I'll write that down, training course. I'm noticing more on a personal level, not related to any of my roles, that I've seen someone be a bit slow on a task, and I could potentially offer them some advice. So I'll write down task advice. You'll notice these are very incomplete. All I've done is noticed a feeling, sensed into what it's about, and then written that down. I haven't turned it into an action, I haven't done anything about it, I've just written it down. I'm now going to lead you through an exercise to help you get into the flow of sensing tensions. You'll need to have something to take notes with. If possible, it'd be useful to also have the purpose and accountabilities of one of your roles in front of you, and noting you may only have one role at this stage. If you can't get the purpose and accountabilities, don't worry about it. You can pause the video now to get these things. Okay. Take a moment to review your role's purpose and accountabilities. If you don't have this with you, just think about the role you're here to do. Pause the video here if you need a bit of time to review this, and when you're done, press play again. Now, I'm going to read you a few questions and prompts that might help you surface tensions you might have. If and when you sense them, just note them down however you like. It could be a word, a few words, a paragraph, or even a sketch. There isn't a prescribed format for writing down tensions. Remember, you're just noting down a representation of something you sense. Again, pause the video at any time if you need more time to write. Okay, here we go. Looking at your role's purpose and accountabilities. What work could you be doing to serve that purpose and accountabilities? If you had unlimited time and no other competing priorities, what work could you be doing to serve that role's purpose and accountabilities? Is there anything stopping you from serving your role as well as you could be? Do you have questions that, if answered, would help you get on with things? Do you need help with something you're working on? Do you need to purchase something to help move your role's work along? Is there something you could do that might improve the things your role is responsible for? Is someone waiting on something from you, and could it be useful to give them an update? Are you waiting on something from someone else? Do you need to follow up on it, or get clear on when you can expect it? Do you need someone else to do something so that you can get on with a piece of work? Is there something you're excited about that you'd like to see movement on? Are there skills you'd like to develop to be able to do your role better? Okay, that's the end of the exercise. Hopefully this has helped surface at least a couple of tensions in you. Building this habit of sensing tensions and writing them down is key for helping our organization do what it needs to do. Remember that we previously defined a self-organizing system as a system where parts interact and change the system for the better, without relying on being directed from above. So you see, what we're aspiring towards is an environment where we don't over-rely on certain individuals who act as central managers, who do all the thinking around what the organization needs. When we all lead our roles by sensing, tracking, and processing tensions, we essentially all pitch in on the management of the organization, which allows self-organization to happen. Hopefully you now have an understanding of what a tension is, and have a bit of a sense of why it's important to sense them and write them down.